Overseers is a 3 to 6 players drafting and bluffing game with an interesting twist. Each player represents an overseer, whose objective is to bend traits at their favor to create the most dominant combination of virtues and vices. The game has 3 main stages. The first stage is drafting, where each player will receive 6 cards. Pick one and pass the rest to the player sitting on the left. The goal is to build up the combination that will grant the most victory points. Some cards will grant points by themselves, like anger or benevolence. Some will require the same type of cards to earn more points, like hope or courage. And some will have special effects at the end of the game, like greed, where you can steal one card from another player if you have more greed cards than everyone else. At the end of drafting, judgment begins. All players will have to place their 5 trait cards in front of them in 2 rows, 2 face down and 3 face up, showing the cards they chose. Considering the information available, overseers will have to discuss who is the player with the strongest combination possible. After deliberating, players will have to vote using their token. The voted player will have to admit or deny the verdict. If admits, having the strongest combination, he will have to discard 2 cards of his choice from his hand. If denies, proceed directly to the next stage, Showdown. This is where all players show their scores, and if in the previous stage the voted player denied and has the strongest combination, he will lose the 2 cards that grant him the most points. On the other hand, if he isn't, he will be able to get 1 additional card of his choice from the discard pile. The game will have other stages depending on the type of overseers playing, since each character has special abilities that can change the outcome of the game in many ways, like being able to peek at other players' hidden cards, take a card from the discard pile, or transform one card into another. At the end of each round, scores are calculated, and all players will hide the victory points tokens to keep the final score secret. After 3 rounds, the player with the most victory points is declared the winner.